The insurance company offered her nothing, but Frank Azar got her $2 million. As a general rule, I don't trust anyone who insists on being referred to as Dr. First Name. Yes, Nathan's heard all the jokes, thank you. Phil Roman, the Tommy Wiseau of holiday movies. Doesn't this one string of lights around a dead tree look so festive? Your favorite Christmas story is about your grandma getting involved in a hit and run? You sick freak! Grandma's really rocking the poop emoji hairstyle. Oh, so Grandma just stood there like an idiot in the middle of the street when she didn't have the right-of-way. Tucker Carlson warned us about this. We'll just leave Grandma dying in the snow here for now. Yes, Cityville, the seat of District Region County in the fine state of Commonwealth Province. Hey, there's a Spankenheimer store in my area. Gotta be over 18 to enter, though. So she had a giant inflatable Jack Skellington beating up the Grinch? It's really weird around Independence Day. Wait, this is who Grandpa was drinking beer and playing cards with? That song just got a lot weirder. Cousin Mel is just an evil Mirror Universe Daphne Blake. Remember, there's a 40% APR. I don't know, Swiss Colony does all right for itself on that model. Not that anyone else would hire me. The random crap industry is booming these days. Dial it back, Mel. Ebenezer Scrooge thinks you're laying the greedy, holiday-hating capitalist stuff on a bit thick. It's my demands to the United Nations, if you must know. Not like me with my conspiracy TikTok channels. They live on the set of a community theater production for The Man Who Came to Dinner. Sure there is. Several centuries of cultural drift transformed a historical bishop into the anthropomorphic personification of a holiday, and today we overcomplicate gift-giving to our children by performing an elaborate ruse in his name. Simple, really. Well, I hope so, because if I ever meet him, I'm breaking his kneecaps. That bastard never did give me that bike I asked for when I was 10. Well, it's a better company name than X. By contributing to plastic waste? What's with romanticizing live Christmas trees anyway? You go down to a pop-up vendor set up in the parking lot of the local Walmart to pick up a dying piece of flora that you prop up in your living room, where it spends the next month dropping needles everywhere only to toss it out and start over again next year. Hey, Wait a minute, that's the narrator. Jake went back in time and became his own grandpa and then arranged for Grandma's accident to cover his tracks. Shut up, Jake. Your sister's allergic and the last life tree required an EpiPen and a visit to the emergency room. A summary of the plot so far. Stormy Major, afternoon weatherman for WXYZ. You give us mediocre white boys someone to look up to. I want to own her. Indentured servitude is a neglected market these days. Oh, this just got really creepy. Hey, we did not consent to your guy's kink. Oh, it's like You've Got Mail, only with even more unsettling undertones. Late capitalism run amok? Their Snapchats and their grinders and their spoutables. Well, now be fair, is he any more evil than Jeff Bezos? Minimum wage driver and pee bottle not included. How is it adults still don't believe in Santa and stories where Santa actually exists? It's like not believing in homework just because you don't have to do it anymore. Sexy McEvil woman does have a point. Can't sleep, giant blue caterpillar will eat me. Remind me never to go to the ballet with Cousin Mel. Look, honey, Austin is probably on his second or third trophy wife right now. Just wait your turn. Grandma, this is why nobody wants to come to Thanksgiving dinner at your house anymore. Shut up, Jake. This store will never be yours either. We would not, in fact, see. And spreading E. coli to half of Cityville. So 2 people versus about 9 billion? Ah, it's not Christmas without an ear-bleeding novelty tune. Silent Night, Deadly Night, the musical. Oh, look, the test audience. Dude, don't spit on West Virginia, that's just rude. So Grandma makes the worst fruitcake in the world, major accomplishment right there, and sends it to everyone and she hasn't been tarred and feathered and run out on a rail? Doofus is her nickname for Grandpa. pure extract of Alex Jones. Have I fully established my evil plan for the audience? Good. Oh no, she used purple stuff instead of Sunny D. Christmas on the Carousel of Progress. Yeah, it was the eggs in the eggnog that made her drinking it in excess such a problem. Right. Who wants the poison berries? Never call him that again. And if there's one thing that's extremely rare in today's society, it's people who place a lot of importance on Christmas. I especially like the levitating wreath in the corner. Nice use of dark magic there. And since we just stuffed the stockings ourselves, I'm starting to think she's right. And in the twinkling lights of 1,000 Coca-Cola signs all around the world. Heh, that ought to hold the little SOB. Hey, the music's spoiling the plot! The weed brownies are always a big hit over there. Great, now it's the little red hen. As the song implied. Come on, Grandma, that is not staggering. You're ruining it for everybody. Goddamn Morris dancers, how can I sleep like this? No, pull up, Rudolph! Oh, the Santanity! My joy will not be ironic in a way the score is clearly outlining. That's okay, she's, making snow angels. That's it. And now, a word from Heuser and Heuser. Geez, kid can't even do a title drop right. You know, if someone was telling me my elderly relative was lying face down in the snow outside my house, I might check before questioning their story. Just saying. Nobody believes the kid for the plot purposes itis. Yeah, good behavior on early bedtimes are definitely cause for concern in a child. I don't blame Grandpa for checking out. My beloved grandmother is dying in the cold! I'm vindicated! Well, at least it didn't vanish like the ghost of Christmas Present, aging in a creepy manner with symbolic feral waifs clutching at his robes. Jesus Christ, does Grandma have a generous life insurance policy? Daisy Buchanan showed more concern over vehicular homicide. No, if you're trying to track down Santa, you gotta call NORAD. No, we refuse to say why drinking eggnog might contribute to erratic or unusual behavior. Come on, Susan, let me hit him with the billy club just this once. On the plus side, her accent gives me hope that at least one of these characters will end up in a wood chipper. So you didn't find her Christmas morning, you just found the imprint of her body in the snow. And I hate it when people lie to me in song form. Do the police just not put out code silvers on government holidays? Poor dog's got long COVID. He hasn't been able to smell anything since 21. Which she didn't forget after all. This song's alibi has way too many holes in it. That'll make a great gnawing toy for Doofus. Doo-doo-doo, don't mind me, just being evil over here, evilly hiding evidence. And me without my hunting rifle. That's also his code for a particularly dirty sex act. Jellyfish find this show insulting to their intelligence. That's another dirty sex act. Basically, this guy can't say a sentence without mentioning something that can get you arrested in whatever state this is in. Oh, I don't want to hear any more about searching granny crannies. Yeah, it sure feels like it. And we bribed Sinclair Media a ton for that. And my sister got the lead in her high school production of Beetlejuice. But they have the business sense of Elon Musk after 5 Red Bulls. You'll have to be more specific. Old ladies spit on me pretty much every day. Firing people before they can collect their pensions will do that. I'm looking for someone to be evil with. Are you free tonight? Who gave Cousin Mel power of attorney? Grandpa can never say no to these. Almost like we've been ignoring your massive grief. This was voted one of the best restaurants in Cityville for scamming your elderly relatives. Just run with it, Mel. You can have him declared legally incompetent. But this guy wrote an entire concept album about his grandmother dying in a horrible holiday accident. Shouldn't he be in therapy? His suit says Fred Astaire dance number, but his body language says, I am so sorry for all of this. And because Elvis has severe mommy issues. Christmas with the Superstars sounds like a failed variety show from the 70s. What? No, no! May the ghost of Tom Jones haunt you forever for that, and he's not even dead yet. Thank God there weren't more verses. I don't want to know what Grandma might have been doing with Richie Valens and Buddy Holly. I mean, he does obviously need it. Damn, those things must have more preservatives than a Twinkie. So, are Grandma's fruitcakes really, really good or really, really terrible? I'm getting kind of mixed messages here. Finally, we can finagle our way out of paying taxes and blame immigrants for the problems we cause. If they break into 96,000, I'm quitting. And in case you haven't noticed, I'm kind of stupid. What would Macaulay Culkin do? Yeah, that'll catch up to your evil cousin's Chevy convertible. Apollonias? Do they doppel people in there? Jake's not going up there. He got stopped at the security desk because he doesn't have proof of ID. Right over there, kid who obviously has no business being here. Great, now everybody will be paid in company script from now on. Hey, kid, you do your job and let me do mine, okay? You know, in a better movie, this guy would have put a hit on Grandma himself and used the reindeer story for cover, and then Benoit Blanc would come in and solve the mystery. Only if your attorney joins in. Buy me a senator or something. Geez, what do I pay you for? Everybody's being so reasonable about all this. And I need to reestablish this because we just came back from commercial. That is one huge-ass trumpet. In Daphne's defense, last year Jake did try to convince everyone that lizard people were living under the Denver airport. Please, I haven't gone walkies in days. My bladder's hit critical mass. Although Amazon does have a great Black Friday deal on Finding Grandmas. I mean, compared to everybody else in this movie, sure. Always email strangers your personal information, kids. Well, good thing Jake had Grandma's silver singles profile picture. dun 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 dun. You can laugh now, but believe me, in the late 90s, AOL's lawyers were just as bad as Disney's. The Prince of Nigeria needs my help! I'm putting all those bastards on the naughty list! Now, don't say that, Santa. Somewhere there's an M&M's commercial that needs you. Santa sounds like he does comedy on the Borscht Belt circuit. And she'll throw a terrible temper tantrum if we don't get it right. So Santa sees you when you're sleeping, knows when you're awake, but he still couldn't track down this gal's family? Well, if I had the surname Spankenheimer, I'd want to disown it too. Much like this entire movie. Quincy looks like the bassist for a rock band from the 1960s. Great, now Krampus is involved. It's the Grinch! I also make my own line of THC-infused lotions and bath salts. Oh great, Santa has middle management. E.T. phone lawyers. You got any dime bags? No, Jake, don't go to a secondary location with this guy. If I die of exposure, tell Mom and Dad I love them. A Sufjan John Stevens song is starting. Quincy's head elf, so he gets to borrow the company's sleigh to run errands. Also, there's a massive hurricane over the North Pole. Geez, can we go back to a more cheerful song, like the one about Grandma getting trampled by caribou? Wonder what the airport code is for the North Pole. God, this song is almost more cloying than Christmas shoes. Almost. Aw man, Whoville's all built up these days. You know we have to kill him now! Oh no, Santa knows too much. He'll have to be dealt with. It's not what you think. The reindeer have a weekly poker night. They get a little messy with the snacks. In a minute! Oh, Jamie Fraser, ride off with me across the Scottish Highlands. I'm being assaulted. Why is everyone so happy? Oh well, guess I have to stay here and be waited on hand and foot by elves. Beats me. I think she was just randomly assigned to us as our token evil relative. Suits me, kid. You think I like spending my December making fruitcake for half the county? I don't know, 6 on one hand. Those reindeer have been logging a lot of flight time. They might be over their FAA limit. You ever tried finding parking for a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer downtown? It's not easy. Oh god, they're going to pull a remember me. Wow, this sure beats being cuddled up in a nice warm bed with a good book. Man, the least you could do is leave Quincy the keys so he can listen to the radio. Maybe Cousin Mel wouldn't need money so bad if her lawyer wasn't overcharging her. Take her to Reno for a couple weeks. That should do the trick. Oh, if our hoofs had nerves, this asphalt would really burn them. So the evil lawyer is taking better care of the reindeer than Santa and his elves. Got it. That's not the amnesia. Grandma really is that stupid. Look, kid, I went to all this trouble to put together a suitcase full of cash, and I'm not letting it go to waste. I'll be fine, just let me get my nitro pills. You're not fooling me, you're Carl Reiner as the 2,000-year-old man. Hell, I pay an escort service big bucks for someone who does just that. But I got underoos instead. Now let's talk about the little matter of the pony I was supposed to get when I was 10. That's reindeer for, hey Blitzen, 20 points if you can smack the old lady in the forehead. So this is basically a Christmassy version of Rashomon. So Santa's response to running over a person is the same as dinging their car door in the parking lot. Medical care, huh? Sounds like a socialist nation to me. He's already plotting his hostile takeover of the North Pole. This is like when you put a lot of filler words into your term paper to get it to the required length. Lady, I don't own the police. Oh, wait, I do. Never mind. The New York Times published an editorial explaining that the destruction of the Christmas spirit was actually beneficial in the long run. And lucky she's blind and deaf and can't see or hear us. She's not blind or deaf. Now you tell me. What money? Santa's been operating at a loss since the 14th century. I mean, you're not even factoring in the overhead of raw materials, labor, flying reindeer chow. Her share as a dog? Whoa, I think I got a dose of Grandma's medication. People with photosensitivity shouldn't watch this scene. Lucky bastards. Stop looking at me! Well, at least you can't say their evil plan is overly convoluted. Still, at least it's not Feliz Navidad. Why are the backup vocals done by Ben Stein with a head cold? Someone bump the needle! Get the post office to testify, it worked last time. Why is the sudden appearance of a supposedly mythical figure not a bigger deal? Is running over someone with a flying sleigh a state or a federal crime? And what was up with that weird Calypso number? Yes, I think it will give me the boost I need for my Senate campaign. Referencing the OJ trial should count as an automatic contempt of court. Maybe we should have been looking for her instead of sitting on our fat butts for 3 months. The most obvious and also only suspect. It's full of contrived coincidences. Okay, I brought the kid, now give me the kibble. So who owns this cabin? Did Cousin Mel rent out an Airbnb for her elder abduction scheme? Hit her on the head, that will restore her memory. Or hit yourself on the head. Look, I want to see someone in this movie whacked with a big clown hammer. Is that too much to ask? People for the elimination of cliched villain monologues, open the door! Gail Sayers, Mike Ditka, William the Refrigerator Perry, they're all over your car. Was a hippie dwarf disguised as a ranger just out here, or did I just imagine that? Damn, Jake's got everybody's email. Next thing you know, he'll be calling the Easter Bunny for backup. Okay, I suppose we could have busted the lock with a crowbar, but you know, this works too. Doofus is my slave name. Call me Rex. You've got 10 minutes. What else are you gonna do in that time? Wow, I sound like a real freak. Maybe you can worry about getting Grandma's memory restored after you clear Santa of her mysterious disappearance. Just a thought. So, recovering from amnesia means you lose all your memories of what happened while you had amnesia? Are we sure this isn't the eggnog talking? They needed Grandma to lose her memory so she wouldn't ask obvious questions like that. We find the movie incredibly guilty. I mean, how many grandmas are there? Judge Lupita Nyong'o presiding. Does it really work that way? Like, if I hotwire a car but put it back after taking a joyride, I can't be convicted of Grand Theft Auto? And there are still 8 minutes of airtime left to fill. Why is I Am Slime even in this movie? Apart from singing the goofy Calypso song about suing Santa, I mean. Are you legally allowed to consume state's evidence? I'm pretty sure being legally ordered to eat fruitcake violates the Bill of Rights, or the Geneva Convention. Next year, Jake is going to be sued for giving the entire jury food poisoning after he force-fed them year-old fruitcake. I've been asking that for the past 40 minutes! If I ever make my own perfume line, I'm gonna call it Vial of Bad Stuff. So Grandma didn't get run over by a reindeer, she got ran over by bad plotting. So in the end, it all came down to misuse of controlled substances after all. You can just say vehicular, you know. A sleigh is a vehicle. And as we all know, you're free to leave the scene of an accident as long as you provide a note. Damn, woman's got her own lawyer and the DA with her, and neither of them got around to telling her to keep her big mouth shut. I admit it, I made Uncle Billy leave his newspaper with Mr. Potter. I stole the last can of Who Hash! Mostly stupid. Never heard of the Fifth Amendment, did ya? So many creepy stares. Great, I'm gonna blame this kid every time I have to listen to Wonderful Christmas Time from here on out. Man, Mrs. Claus barely even got a line in this. She's just there as Santa's arm candy. I'm bringing you up on multiple child labor violations and having you shut down. I'll be able to buy the building up cheap on auction after that. And you showed the world there is more than one way to sell out to soulless capitalism. Who, me? I'm actually thinking of going neo-pagan and celebrating Yule this year. Ontario! Oncology! On Datra! I wanted to write it all in the song, but the Miracle on 34th Street people sued for copyright infringement regarding the trial scene, so, you know. Because she was too stupid to throw the fruitcake away. Next, they're going to do an hour-long special based on I Saw Mommy Kissing Santa Claus. Maggie Blue O'Hara? That's not a name, that's an entrant in the Kentucky Derby. You know, at least Home Free got a decent cover version out of all this nonsense. Oh, Atomic Cartoons. Appropriate, as this should be sealed in lead and buried deep within the earth. The movie did have good slugging and checking, though, give 'em that. The animation was by a talking gorilla? There wasn't enough football watching in this movie, I think. Iskandria Mastuki? I think that's a character in the Rook and Rose trilogy. Send them back! I admit it, I'm a sucker for that line. So basically, they're showing us all these stills from the cartoon while playing the song so we can see all the ways the two of them don't match up. I don't think they needed anyone's permission for the Grandpa Suing Santa song. If anything, they needed a restraining order. After this, I think we all need legal services. We're showing our gratitude by implicitly associating you with the evil villains of this movie. However, during post-production, several of us went caribou hunting in Alaska and snagged a few bucks. The disclaimers in this movie do not represent actual legal disclaimers. Offer void in Utah and Vermont. Consult your doctor before embarking on a fruitcake program. And to all a good God, what did we just watch?